Hey guys, welcome back. It is time for your week six start and sit. I'm at Nick Sparts, a part of Beer Fueled Fantasy Football. On Twitter is at Beer Fueled FF. You can catch us here on YouTube at Beer Fueled Fantasy Football 7 days a week. Please like and subscribe for the content. We're here with news, DFS play, start sits, injury reports, waiver wire, studs and duds. And then on Sunday mornings before kickoff, we're here to answer questions, go over inactives, and just let you know what's going on to get your lineup set right before kickoffs on noon on Sundays. So thank you so much for tuning in as always. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel as I said, and let's jump into our week 6 start and sits. For the starts, I've got first at quarterback Kirk Cousins versus San Francisco. This is more narrative than number-based, but the reason I wanted to pick this one is it's a bye. Kirk is coming off a bye. He's had a chance to get most of his offense healthy outside of Rob Kelly. Jordan Reed will be back. San Francisco has really gotten dinged up. They're missing a couple safeties, a couple linebackers. They're not expected to be fully healthy for this game. So they should be able to attack them vertically. They've had a couple shootouts the last couple games. Carson Palmer threw for 350 yards. Jared Goff had a top 6 finish against them. So I think Kirk Cousins can get it done. I've got him as my quarterback for this week. Moving on to running back, I've got Ameer Abdullah at New Orleans. New Orleans is currently bottom 6 in terms of points given up to the running backs, and Ameer Abdullah is the one who gets most of the work. And I think the Lions are going to try to get the running game going this week. They've been struggling the last couple weeks with that. Last week they really struggled, only putting up about 30 yards for Abdullah, and Theo Riddick doing most of his work in the passing game with 45 yards receiving. So I think they'll try to make this a get-right game for Abdullah. Keep an eye on that. I think they want their first 100-yard rusher, and the Saints is a good team to do it on turf. For wide receiver, I've got T.Y. Hilton at Tennessee. Tennessee is currently 3rd worst in points given up to the wide receiver position. T.Y. Hilton is currently getting 7+ targets a game, most of them deep, and he's been doing work against bad defenses. He's got 2 top 5 finishes. I expect him to have another one this week. He's currently my wide receiver 5, and I may even have to bump him up a little bit. So keep an eye on him, and keep an eye on our rankings here, which I did just tweet out tonight as well. Lastly, first my starts is going to be Austin Jenkins against New England. New England is currently 4th worst against the tight end. We just saw Cameron Brate go for about 55 yards and a touchdown on Thursday night, and I think Austin Jenkins can get involved, get you at least 60, 70 yards, which for tight ends right now is kind of what you're hoping for, and I think he's got more than a 50-50 shot of getting in the end zone. Does make him a top 6 play for me this week. So besides the most obvious tight end starters, Jenkins is the one I like the most this week. For my sits, I got 4 for you. At quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger at Kansas City. Kansas City has only given up 4 touchdowns before last week's 5 touchdown explosion by Watson. It was kind of a freak game. Kansas City was clamping him down early, and then the game kind of turned into a weird shootout. I do think Ben Roethlisberger struggles again this week. He has not looked good this year. Antonio Brown should be fine, but the rest of the offense has really struggled, and I do think he's going to have another down week. I would not start him. Wayne Gallman against Denver. He's kind of a shiny new toy for a lot of people, but this offense is going to be pinned down. They're going to stack the box. They don't have enough talent outside, and Denver is currently the #1 defense against running back. So even though Wayne Gallman may have done well for you the last 2 weeks, do not roll him out for you this week. I don't even have him as a running back 3. I've got him as a mid-running back 4. So you got to be real desperate between injuries and bye weeks to want to roll him out. I would do everything I could to avoid it. Rishard Matthews against Indy is my sit for wide receiver. He's been showing up as a low-end wide receiver 2 or high wide receiver 3 most weeks. I've got him as a wide receiver 4 in my rankings, mostly because currently we don't know if Mariota is going to go, and Vontae Davis should be shadowing him, which does clamp that down. Indy does not have a good pass defense, but the way to attack them is not through Vontae Davis. It's always through their other safeties and cornerbacks. So keep an eye on Jack Doyle. If he's fully healthy and goes, is a more interesting play. I actually even like Eric Decker maybe a little bit better this week, or some of the other positions. I said Jack Doyle. I meant Delaney Walker. I'm sorry for the tight end there for Tennessee. Moving on to tight ends I want to sit this week. I've got Jared Cook against the Chargers. Cook's actually put respectable weeks up here for the last 3 as the entire offense has struggled. He's been kind of the one bright spot outside of Crabtree's big game this week. But Chargers are a top 4 defense against tight ends, and it's kind of a situation where you don't want to be starting players when they're going to be running into really bad situations when they're coming out of the pit of despair that is tight ends. So look for some plus matchups. There's some better options this week. I already gave you one on Austin Seferian and Jenkins. And check out our rankings if you want to see some of the other better options we like more than Jared Cook this week. I've got him as a mid tight end 2. So if you're going to start 2 tight end league or tight end premium league, you might still roll him out there. But any sort of standard start 12 team league, don't even bother. Skip Jared Cook this week. Leave him on the bench or even kick him to the curb because I don't know that he's necessarily a difference maker at the position. Thank you so much for checking in as always, guys. Dan Thury at Thury BFF will be back tomorrow with his segment. And then Friday, Hopper at Hop BFF with 2 Ps. We'll be back with DFS. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you guys next time.